We are honoring, recognizing, if you will, the City of Baton Rouge for their great success in reducing auto theft through the use of technology that we have been able to provide them through what's called LATIFPA, the Louisiana Auto Theft and Insurance Fraud Prevention Authority, created by the legislature, funded in part by industry and in part by the legislature, to provide technology, license plate readers, bait cars that have special equipment installed in them to help law enforcement apprehend car thieves in the act. We think that's been a significant part in the 23% reduction that Baton Rouge has enjoyed last year to this year in auto thefts, according to the FBI statistics. Today we're here to honor Baton Rouge for the great success of the multiple license plate reader and bait vehicle program that LATIFPA and NICB has introduced in the Baton Rouge area. These are auto theft and insurance crime tracking and locating equipments. So with no further, before I get into the details of that effectiveness, the effectiveness and the success that Baton Rouge has had, I'd like to call on Mr. Lohmann to, at this time, come and share a few thoughts with us concerning the program.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good afternoon. The National Insurance Crime Bureau and its 1,000-plus member insurance companies commend the Baton Rouge Police Department for their efforts and significant success in combating vehicle thefts in the capital city. Vehicle theft remains a significant economic drain to our nation's property and casualty insurance industry and our economy. The 795,000 vehicles that were stolen in 2009 represent an economic loss to our nation's economy of approximately $5.2 billion. Everyone in this room who is a consumer of insurance pays for that cost. This adds significantly to the individual cost of auto insurance premiums for consumers in this state and throughout our nation. 2010 marked the nation's 7th consecutive year of declining vehicle thefts in the United States. Technology, such as the license plate readers, owner-installed deterrent devices, tracking and recovery systems, and proactive deployment of law enforcement bait car programs, such as the project utilized by the Baton Rouge Police Department, aid in the reduction of vehicle theft and in the recovery of stolen vehicles. The bait car programs and the technology provide law enforcement with a 21st century set of tools to focus on the most active and prolific vehicle thieves. Stolen vehicles are notoriously used by thieves to commit other crimes, and the sophistication of these thieves provide them with the knowledge to defeat almost every type of anti-theft device, from smart keys to immobilizers. The National Insurance Crime Bureau recommends consumers use a layered approach to theft protection to make their vehicles a hardened target. So we all have a stake in doing that. The news is very encouraging. The downward trend in vehicle theft reflects that consumers are doing their part and that law enforcement is doing a tremendously effective job. Advances in auto manufacturers' anti-theft technology has also significantly contributed to the decline in vehicle thefts that we enjoy in the United States. And I'm here to tell you that the public-private partnerships that exist, like that here in Louisiana, between the Baton Rouge Police Department, LATIFPA, the Louisiana Department of Insurance, and the National Insurance Crime Bureau and our 1,000-plus member companies brilliantly illustrate what can be accomplished when we all work together for a common good. I commend you, gentlemen. Chief, thanks for a great job. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lohmann, not just for those kind words, but for the continued support of the industry you represent in these efforts. It truly is great to see how successful Baton Rouge Police Department has been over the past 4 years with the use of license plate readers and bait vehicles provided by LATIFPA and the NICB. I'm pleased that we were able to assist in the placing of these crime-stopping devices with the Baton Rouge Police Department. Insurance fraud accounts for 10% of the property and casualty insurance industry's losses, and those losses are directly passed on to you by way of higher premiums. The average household pays over $950 a year in additional premiums to cover insurance fraud. Vehicle theft is one type of insurance fraud, which is why seeing this high level of success by the Baton Rouge Police Department with license plate readers and bait vehicles is so important to all the citizens of the Baton Rouge area. The Baton Rouge Police Department was awarded license plate readers and bait vehicles through a competitive application process that selects and ranks law enforcement agencies with city populations of 50,000 or more. This equipment has also been operational under these programs in Shreveport, New Orleans, Calcasieu Parish, and Livingston Parish. We are seeing reductions in statewide local theft statistics in part as a result of the Baton Rouge Police Department deploying the license plate readers and bait vehicles and working diligently with those and other new devices. Partly due to the work of LATIFPA and the Baton Rouge Police Department, Baton Rouge has succeeded in reducing its motor vehicle theft rates by 23% in 2010, dropping to 343 such thefts from 445 the year before, according to preliminary data from the 2010 FBI Uniform Crime Report. The number of vehicle thefts in 4 of Louisiana's largest metropolitan areas dropped by 19% in 2010, according to that data. Those cities include Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Shreveport, and Lafayette. So with that measured accomplishment, at this time I'd like to call up Mayor Kip Holden to say a few words.
I want to thank you as well for the honor today, and thank Mr. Lohmann and Mr. Peters and others assembled here. But more importantly, let me thank the men and women of the Baton Rouge Police Department. They are ranked as a model agency around the nation. That did not come lightly. That basically came with a lot of work and a lot of help. And not afraid to look at technology and go out and apply it to make a difference. Because technology truly is making a difference in what is going on our streets. And without the police department and individuals out to basically go and say we should apply for those dollars in order to get the same type of support, then we would not be standing here today. But when you look at it, a lot of times people are quick, in some cases, to criticize police departments. But I have to tell you, after being mayor now for 6.5 years, their dedication is unmatched. But adding the equipment along with their dedication forms a perfect team. And so it's a strong partner and partnership that we announced today with LATIFPA and also Baton Rouge Police Department in fighting vehicle theft. By donating bait vehicles and license plate readers, LATIFPA is advocating on behalf of our citizens in fighting crime and are grateful for their continued support and assistance. Really a partnership that has really come together. It has been an honor to work with a group that is so committed to stopping vehicle theft and bringing criminals to justice in our area. Under the LPR program, the technology used is designed to capture pictures of thousands of license plates from moving or stationary vehicles, process and send the images to a centralized database, and within seconds, determine if the vehicle matching the license plate has been reported stolen. Under the VIPER program, vehicles donated by insurance companies and equipped with systems funded by LATIFPA has granted to law enforcement agencies a lot of money to make a difference in the quality of life. The technology installed in these vehicles utilizes computers, satellites, and tracking devices, which alert police when the bait vehicle has been entered. Once the bait vehicle is deployed, police wait for a signal to be transmitted, alerting them when the bait vehicle has been entered or moved so that law enforcement authorities may proceed to apprehend the criminals in the act of stealing the bait car. Today, on behalf of all of the citizens of Baton Rouge and East Baton Rouge Parish, on behalf of the fine men and women who wear the uniform proudly, and on behalf of the partnership with the insurance department, and also with Mr. Lohmann and with Mr. Peters, we can only say thank you, because together we're truly making a difference and letting the criminals know that if they want to ride, it will not be to their house. They're going to jail. Thank you very much.
In 2006, ladies and gentlemen, LATIFPA awarded the Baton Rouge Police Department its first bait vehicle through the Viper program. At that time, if you will, I was commander of the Uniform Patrol Division of the Baton Rouge Police Department. The bait vehicle was assigned to the detective office, and I had a young sergeant working for me who is with us today. He's now Lieutenant John Mernan. John had recently been promoted to sergeant. He was transferred into uniform patrol, but coming from auto theft, he kept very close tabs on what was going on with the bait vehicle. We were having some issues, and I would be remiss if I didn't tell you, in the initial few months of the program, our ability to catch criminals was less than stellar. John was watching this program, and he says, you know what, he came to me, he said, Captain, if you give me the bait vehicle, I can make it successful. And I said, John, I'm all about it, but I can't lose you in uniform patrol. He said, I don't want to leave. He said, just get the vehicle switched to uniform. We did that, and as a result, we're sitting here today telling you some startling results. Did he do well? Sure he did. He did so well that the detective office came back, stole not only the bait vehicle program from me in uniform patrol, but they took him with it. But in the end, the good results paid off, and that's what we were all about. In 2009, LATIFPA awarded the Baton Rouge Police Department the second bait vehicle, and as a result of that, 165 arrests have occurred in the city of Baton Rouge based upon use of the bait vehicles. Now, there's another little caveat to this, and that it came to us by accident, but we found out that the bait vehicles are also really great at catching vehicle burglars. In 2008, 2009, and 2010, the Baton Rouge Police Department, by use of the bait vehicles, have reduced vehicle burglaries in this city by 50%. That's a tremendous, tremendous decrease in vehicle burglaries. In 2008, LATIFPA awarded the Baton Rouge Police Department its first license plate reader through the license plate recognition program. Now, once we had the license plate reader in place, we found out we were getting good results with this also. I was appointed by the mayor, probably one of his better decisions, in November of 2010 to serve as the interim chief. But I was approached by some commanders within the police department. They gave me an idea of what was going on, updated me with a license plate reader program, and said, would you be interested in another license plate reader? And we certainly were, and we now taken that reader, and we have it in service. As a result of using the license plate reader since 2008, the Baton Rouge Police Department has scanned over 1 million license plates. From that, we have recovered at least 124 stolen vehicles, which, if you put that in monetary terms, is a recovery of approximately $1,200,000 in stolen assets. In addition to that, we recovered at least 47 stolen license plates and made a total of 85 arrests off of the license plate readers. Now, the license plate readers, while they were designed and we initially took possession of them, again to look for stolen vehicles, we found another good avenue using the license plate readers to help us with other crimes, and that basically is any time law enforcement anywhere in the United States enters a vehicle that has a license number into the system, if that vehicle is scanned or caught by a license plate reader in Baton Rouge, we are alerted to that fact. We know what the vehicle is wanted for. We know the agency that has put the bulletin out, and we're able to stop that vehicle and make an arrest. And these could be cases ranging from murder, rape, Amber Alerts, anything along that line. So in closing, I would just like to thank the Louisiana Department of Insurance and Commissioner Donelon for, number one, allowing the Baton Rouge Police Department to be a part of this crime-fighting effort, and also to thank you for the recognition you're showing today. Thank you, sir.
Let me add this. Not only do we arrest and lock people up, but my opinion, the greater value of the program is the deterrent effect. We have seen a 23%, Baton Rouge is leading the state in drop in auto theft, 23% reduction in the past year versus a statewide of 19% in the 4 metropolitan areas that we have readers and bait cars stationed in. So that's why we chose Baton Rouge today to lead off with honoring in the program. Part of it is the ability to arrest and prosecute successfully folks who participate in this activity. But a greater part, a greater deterrent in my mind, is the fact that the word is out there that this technology has allowed for traps, if you will, for bait cars, for 1 million license plates to be read and scanned to determine who's on the lam or what vehicle is stolen. It has a chilling effect on those who may be prone or inclined or considering entering into this kind of illegal activity. In particular, and this is the last point that I wanted to make, in particular our young. This is car theft, joyriding, you name it, is a gateway crime activity that many of our youth in the past, and continuing now, but 23% less probably than in the past, found themselves getting caught up in. And once caught up in it and apprehended and put in the criminal justice system, it's a downward slope from there for those young people. Not only do we do readers and bait cars, we also do outreach to junior highs and high schools and send, where's Smitty? Yeah. Send Mr. Smith, the Deputy Director of LATIFPA, out to these schools to tell them about the bait cars, to tell them about the slippery slope and how prone they are to doing a serious hickey to their career path that otherwise is promising and very much full of opportunity.
It shows that technology, working with a lot of great law enforcement personnel, can bring about a serious reduction in some crimes, and especially now when we look at the number of stolen vehicles and the drop in that number in Baton Rouge, and Baton Rouge making the biggest increases in dropping the number of stolen vehicles than any other city in Louisiana.
What does it show you about the role of technology in crime fighting?
Well, right now, I think what this really shows is that, okay, you got the criminals who are always trying to outsmart police officers. But we are trying to stay one step ahead of them with technology. Technology is the equalizer. Just when they think they are safe, then based upon the things that we get to help us apprehend a suspect, those tools are available to us, and they're working to the tune of dropping the amount of car thefts in Baton Rouge.
Today is a great example of the cooperative agreement between the Louisiana Department of Insurance and the Baton Rouge Police Department, and what can happen when agencies or departments work together. Working together, we've been able to reduce vehicle thefts, burglaries, and a number of other crimes just using the technology that's been provided to us through LATIFPA.
It continues to be successful when the agencies work the equipment.
What's your reaction to today's announcement?
I think it's a very good announcement. We would consider Baton Rouge to be our poster child in this state as far as the successes that they've had.
I'm very pleased that we were able to come out and discuss the accomplishments of the Baton Rouge Police Department's Bay Car program. It's one of the most successful programs that we're involved in the United States.
Are you encouraged by the results that you've seen so far over these several years?
Very much so. We believe the technology, combined with the message that goes out about the technology, is contributing significantly to this reduction in auto theft, and with that, we'll see a positive effect on auto insurance rates for consumers in our state.